Well, I'm out here at the Granada. I'm going to do a walk around of it, but first I got to drain my Redneck washing machine here. Get that out. There we go. That water is pretty dang nasty. Alright, well that's draining. Let's get to the Granada here. It's a 1982 Ford Granada. We got it, it's an Arizona car originally, and when we got it there was no rust on it. Ran great. Had a 3.8 motor in it, which was kind of a piece of shit, but it ran good. And then I drove it in high school, and well, I didn't do it any good. The motor mounts were worn out, and they were rubbing, oil pan was rubbing against the steering rack there, and that wore a hole through it actually and blew that out. So a couple years later I put a new rack in it and a new power steering pump, and I let my brother take it to high school. Well, that didn't do it any favors, and he pretty much blew the motor and blew the tranny and put a few dents in it, and it got all rusty and the paint started wearing off. And oh, what else did he do? Oh yeah, he destroyed the springs in the back. They're pretty shot now. Busted out my my tail light there. He pretty much killed this poor car. So it sat for a couple years, and I decided, what the heck, I've got an old 302 motor, I'll throw it in. So that's what I did. I'll pop the hood and show you. Well, here's the 302. It came out of an 87 Ford F-150. I had it lying around. Put a few things on it. I've got an Edelbrock Performer intake manifold. I've got a Holly carb on there, 600 CFM. Just a couple of cheap headers on it. That's pretty much it for performance. Oh, and the Edelbrock Performer cam. Yeah, let's see here. I've got power steering pump off the truck. Got the tensioner off the Granada's original engine. I've also got the tensioner off the truck, and I jimmy rigged the alternator from the Granada to put in here. This is a hose from the truck that I worked to the Granada radiator. New water pump. The belt is actually off of a Buick, I believe, but it fits, so I put it on. Kind of jimmy rigged in there, but it works. When I took it apart, I noticed that the block had been bored 30 over, so that was kind of a nice surprise. A little bit more cubes in it now. Transmission is the original C5 out of this car, which is a piece of shit, but I put it in so I can move it around until I got another transmission. And that's pretty much the engine there. I had to buy a pan, a new oil pan, made for Fox bodies, you know, the Mustangs and whatnot, so I could clear the cross member here. I'd like to put true dual exhaust on, but the way the tranny cross member is made, I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to do it. I might just go ghetto and run them right out the side of the car here and just have them dumped behind the wheels or something, because that'd probably save me on tubing and everything. And here's the inside of the car. Not too shabby. Odometer says 139,000 miles. I'd assume that's right. It's got a pretty cool green interior. Headliner's kind of sagging. We got it pushed up there with push pins just to hold it for now. All in all, it's not that bad of a car, but my brother kind of destroyed the the outside of it. I've got the original hubcaps. I'm going to put them back on that good old chain license plate thing. Let's see what's in the trunk. Not much. Spare tire, jack. Pretty clean in here. I don't think there's any rust down this way. No, it looks pretty clean there. Ooh, the original jack. Sweet. Well, let's throw a battery in it and fire it up. Well, the battery I brought with is out of the LTD, and it It won't even fit in there, so we'll just fire it up. Should work. Hopefully the battery won't fall. This usually starts pretty good. Pump it a couple times. Yep, fires right up. I really got to get an exhaust on this thing. Sounds nice, but I can't drive it nowhere the way it is. Well, there you go. That's the Granada, pretty much in a nutshell.